Good afternoon, guys. It's February 6th, 1:41 in the afternoon over here on the East Coast. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about expectations. Yesterday I had a pretty interesting work day at work, and I never worked on a Sunday before at a farmer's market, which is the event that like local farmers, if you will, or uh, people in the area bring by and sell their natural stuff. So you'll find like raw eggs there, or meat that you can take home and cook, or cooked meat. Maybe little trinkets, or a lot of like handmade stuff, or more organic stuff. Um, but since I work at a bar, we were, selling beverages. So I didn't know quite what to expect as far as yesterday and we had what I would say is a pretty successful day. Um, like I said, I didn't know quite what to expect. It was my first time working it, and it went pretty well for myself. And then met a lot of different people. Didn't know quite what to expect. I had been there like shopping, but never, had a chance to work it, which is completely different than just walking around shopping. Excuse me. But I went, to work, and then at the end of work, we were tallying up everything and putting everything together, shutting everything down. And as we're going through like the accounting portion of like closing everything out, we realized a couple of different things, that it was a really successful day for, the business owners of the place I work at, and it was also a successful day for myself since I worked, basically for tips that day. So they had said that like the previous record for tips was around $56 for particular like 4 or 5 hours worth of work just for that small venue, which is, not bad, not great. And then after we were tallying everything up, that's in regards to tips now, not like what, drink costs and all that. That's just tips. So in regards to what I made $103, which I thought was pretty good. I didn't know again quite what to expect, but I thought it was pretty good for the same, it was a return investment on time. So the time slots were still the same. It was from I think 11 to about 4 in the afternoon. And I was, pretty excited about that. And then as I'm speaking with the owner lady that I work with, she said that I had, almost doubled what, a very successful person would have done on tips without having to do like a show, so to speak. Like sometimes I'll try and entice people by like offering free hugs or doing certain things to get people to come over to, buy some beverages. So I found it pretty relaxed. And then, like I said, I didn't know quite what to expect, but I was really happy with the outcome. So having that type of thing occur to me, just, I wanted to do a vlog today about expectations, and sometimes you don't know what to expect. And in those instances, it could either be really well or really bad, but why not try and make the effort and make it to your benefit? So if you don't know what to expect, at least try and put your best foot forward. That way you can have the best outcome possible. Did I think yesterday's outcome was going to be as good as it was? Probably not. But I put, my best foot forward, as well as the the owner lady who was there was actually working with me, so it was just two of us. She put her best foot forward as well, and it showed. We basically got to reap the rewards at the end of the day. So I want to stress that to, today's youth, or people in general, and their expectations. God bless my mother, but she has very high expectations of people, that she comes into contact with, whether it be family, friends, her sons. And I've actually mentored her through some difficult times when it came to relationships with, you know, people, friends, and her sons especially. I've learned to appreciate, because of, deployment, living in austere environments, appreciate the finer things in life, or the simple things in life that you would take for granted, like a toilet, like a refrigerator, like family. So you can't necessarily take these things for granted, because a lot of people that haven't experienced what I've experienced, you do take these things for granted. Reaching into the fridge and grabbing out something cold, like a cold beverage, you think is you're almost entitled to it. Like, you do it so frequently, you don't even think about, the purchase of the refrigerator, having to go to the store to buy the product to put in the refrigerator, and then, reaching into it for convenience sake whenever you're thirsty to, you know, just drink something or eat something for that matter. And you have to learn to appreciate those things. So, tying this back to my mother and expectations, she has, high expectations of people at times. Sometimes they're too high. And I'm not saying you need to lower your expectations. Definitely live on the higher side of expectations. That way you can get more out of life. But when it comes to people, it tends to be a little different. You can't necessarily expect people to act the way you act. Expect people to understand the way you think. And with that, you need to understand that there's sometimes a gap in that understanding. So expectations as far as relationships, let them be what they may, and try to not force anything. Try to not force your beliefs or your expectations onto other people. Live through your own experiences and live up to your own expectations. So if you're not living up to your own expectations, whereas you're not, just an example, you're not eating right, or you're not exercising, and you're unhappy with the way you look, you're unhappy with the expectations that you didn't meet. So why would you be, expecting other people to hold up their end of the bargain, and sometimes you're not holding up your own? So those are just, my 2 cents on expectations. And, if you could take away one thing from this video, just try to understand that sometimes your expectations will, will be at the bottom of what you expect, and you'll exceed your expectations to your wildest dreams, depending on how hard you work and putting your best foot forward. And then sometimes your expectations will be so high that you may be let down because of you were expecting a certain outcome. So make your expectations real, make them manageable, make them measurable. Don't make them out of reach. And if you happen to reach your expectations and beyond your wildest dreams, then great. You can set new expectations. So that'll be it for today. I'll try to keep it a little bit shorter, and because I got school in the evening today and a couple other things I'm trying to get done before I take off to school. But thank you guys again for watching my videos. Thank you for the subscribers who continue to subscribe. I just broke over 100 views on my channel in its entirety. I think I'm at 115 right before I made this video. So I'm really excited about that. Like I said, I have certain expectations for myself to be in front of hundreds, if not thousands, of people, mentoring them on a global type scale, or on a monumentous type scale. I've done the individual mentoring, which I find very rewarding, but I want to be able to reach out to more people and do it more effectively. I'm trying to do something new in my eyes here, and then aimed at today's youth. So those are my expectations for this, and I'm going to work hard every day to get, to reach those expectations. If I'm taking a step forward every day to try and at least reach it, I know that I'm trying. And that's not a bad thing to say, when you reach the end of the day. So keep all those things in mind for today. Again, I appreciate you guys watching the videos, and we'll see what I come up with for tomorrow based on today's experiences. So thank you guys again for watching. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.